I thought maybe your fiance was like, no, get that out of here.
No, but at the same time, she said, are we really going to take care of this tree?
How big does it get?
Dale K said it could get up to 20 feet.
So you took the ponytail palm.
I did.
You took it home.
Yes.
You sat with it for a day and a half.
Yeah.
You decided it was too much responsibility, and you brought it back.
Yes. Because...
bizarre.
Because...
What are you going to do if you have a kid one day?
You know, I'll cross that bridge when it comes, you know. Jim Rich is going to take good care of it, though. He wants it. He wants it for his property in Florida.
So, like, if you have a child, you can give it to Jim Rich, too?
Yeah, well, Jim Rich takes your kid.
Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. Every day. We do it our own way. Sing it out every day. Yeah, let's make it a good day. Every day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Now, here's Jason.
Yeah.
It's Thursday.
It is. We're almost to the week. Jason's back next week.
Yes.
Welcome to the show. I'm Falen. This is Pierre. You've been so kind to fill in with me this week.
It's been a lot of fun. I've been enjoying it every day.
You love reading the teleprompter. I'm not allowed to.
Yes.
It's still freaking people out on
Yeah.
social media. They're like, why can't she read? And you know what? My mom wants to know as well. With my high quality Indiana education, we don't know why I can't read.
People are so curious about this. You would think it was like an element of national security as to why she's not allowed to read the teleprompter. We don't really have like a firm answer, I don't think.
I'm just not a full-time employee.
That's part of it, yeah.
Maybe they're telling me that, but they actually are worried about my reading comprehension skills. I don't know.
Letting you down easy.
I know, and that would be a fun way for me to find out.
I do have to admit, before we get to everything going on in the show today, I do have to admit I'm a little upset with Falen and the rest of the Jason Show production team, and I'm going to tell you why. Last night, I had a dream that I was rushing into the 9 a.m. meeting, as I do in reality every single day. But I rushed into the meeting and make sure I was there on time. And when I got there, nobody cared about the meeting.
Oh.
Not one of you. None of you cared that I was walking in a rush. Nobody held the meeting. I said I exuded all this energy and effort just to be here on time, and nobody cared.
Oh my gosh.
Nobody cared. Not one person cared.
So you're still holding that over, and you're still mad at me today?
I'm trying to work through it this morning as we go through the show.
I had no idea what you were going through emotionally this morning.
Well,
my
now you do.
apologies. That's like when I have the dream that my husband cheated on me, and I wake up and I'm mad at him all day. And I'm like, you know what you did. And he's like, what? Why am I in trouble?
You know, I just felt like we needed to air it out, just to put it out there right now.
You
just
really
so
do come in hustling right at 9 a.m. sharp. He still has sunglasses on. He won't have his jacket on yet, and he just rushes by, and he'll be like, "I'm on time."
Yeah, that's exactly.
All right.
One of those age-old sayings of if you're 5 minutes early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late.
Right.
I'm very much in the I'm on time, I'm late category. That's where I would fall.
Rather than being late, I don't like lateness. I don't
Neither
like.
do I.
It's one of my biggest pet peeves. Is when
I'm with you.
everyone's going to be late occasionally, but then there are always certain people, and they think it's funny. They're like, "I'm always running 5 minutes behind. That's just me." And I'm like, "Nope, you're just disrespectful of other people's time." You think your time is more important than mine.
Do you have a grace period of time though? Is there a little bit of a grace period in terms of?
Sure.
Yeah.
But I think the grace period goes into play for people where that's kind of out of character for them. If that is your consistent, like you're always late, then the grace period's gone. I know what I'm getting into. I know if I'm making dinner reservations, so-and-so will always be 5 to 15 minutes late.
And I know your dinner is at 5 o'clock, as we discussed yesterday. But I mean, that's as we know that dinner time is 5 with you. What is your grace period of time? Is it 5 minutes? Is it 10 minutes? What's the grace period for you?
Maybe, I don't know, maybe 15.
Okay, wow.
Because then after 15, I actually start wondering, are they coming?
Yeah, I think 15 is more than enough.
Here? Yeah.
Mine would have stopped at 10.
Oh,
Mine would have stopped at 10, even though I show up to the 9 a.m. meeting at 9:03 pretty much every single day. So.
Well, that's not 9:10, so we're fine. We're fine.
Hypocrite sitting right here. Yeah, no doubt about it. Time for today's hot dish, everybody. Oh. And of course, we begin with the latest on the devastating fires affecting the Los Angeles area. Late night hosts shared their thoughts on what's happening Wednesday night.
Now, for an idea of the scale of this fire, here's a photo a reporter took from a plane above Los Angeles 24 hours ago. And since then, wind gusts up to 100 miles an hour have spread the fire explosively, and authorities do not know when they'll have it under control. Now, we know people of Los Angeles are resourceful and kind, and they're doing everything they can to help one another. And we here want to send our love and concern to all of the residents of Los Angeles who are facing what is being described as the most destructive fire in the city's history.
I just want to say that our hearts go out to everyone in Los Angeles right now dealing with the massive wildfires out there. You see the footage on TV and it's just surreal. We have so many friends who've been affected. We just hope that everyone stays safe, including all the firefighters and everyone else trying to contain it. Stay safe. We love you, LA.
Wow, there you have it. It really has been a sight to see. Biggest news story out there right now.
Yeah, yesterday we were following it, and you were seeing, like, even it got to a point where hotels were at max capacity.
Yeah.
They couldn't hold them. I did see Airbnb was offering like free houses to people that needed them, which I thought was really amazing.
Yeah.
But I just cannot imagine.
Some of the images that we've seen coming out of LA have truly been unreal. It's just an unimaginable tragedy that's going on right now. And we echo the sentiments of the late night host. We wish everybody in LA the very best, absolutely. As the fires continue to cause destruction, they're also affecting the entertainment world in LA. The Film Academy extended the Oscars voting period and moved the Oscar nominations announcement to Sunday, January 19th instead of next Friday. Many screenings and other events have been canceled, and this weekend's Critics' Choice Awards is postponed 2 weeks. TV shows are also on pause amid the fires. Jimmy Kimmel Live, The Price is Right, Grey's Anatomy, and other shows are all stopping production. Stars of the shows are encouraging people to do what they can to help victims. So this is obviously affecting so many different areas, not just entertainment. We here in Minnesota, the Minnesota Vikings actually are going to be playing against the LA Rams, scheduled to play them on Monday night. There's talks of potentially moving that game to Arizona. Not sure if Vegas might get involved as well in terms of trying to fill that game as well, but it's affecting so many different areas of entertainment in LA.
Which I guess, you know, you could look at it like a lot of people are like, who cares
about
that, you
trust
know?
me, yeah.
So it's interesting that they're pivoting. A lot of people are like, are 2 extra days enough to time? If someone's literally just throwing clothes into a laundry basket, evacuating from their house, I can't imagine within 2 days their top priority is, oh, did I get my Oscars vote in on time?
Right,
you know?
right.
So I mean, but yeah, that's obviously, they do have to figure that out.
Sure.
But I know that a lot of celebrities, some people have already lost their houses, but a lot of the celebrities are the ones that we keep seeing. Like, they keep listing more and more that have lost their homes.
Right.
It's just, it's going so quickly. The fires are just moving so quickly due to those winds.
You know, those winds, hearing 80, 90, 100 mile hour winds in Southern California, those are hurricane level winds that I never would have thought that I heard or see those type of winds in Southern California. I never imagined it would be that fast. That's unreal. Jamie Lee Curtis, meanwhile, was on The Tonight Show last night and talked about the devastation from the fire.
And literally the entire city of the Pacific Palisades is burning. And, you know, I flew here last night. I was on the plane, started getting texts, and it's gnarly, you guys. It's just a catastrophe in Southern California. Obviously, there have been horrific fires in many places. This is literally where I live. Everything. The market I shop in, the schools my kids go to, friends, many friends now have lost their homes. So it's a really awful situation. I am, you know, obviously going to go home first thing tomorrow and be with my family and try to help my friends. But it is.
Yeah, it's really tough. You hear the emotion there from Jamie Lee Curtis. She encouraged people to donate money or blood to the American Red Cross and organize an emergency kit for your home. Like I said, you hear the emotion. It's affecting just about everybody. Yeah,
I have a lot of friends in the media out in California, and I've seen them sharing like all this information, like tips on what to grab. Here are all the resources for pets. I mean, I watched a video this morning of a guy just seeing a bunny, and he's like freaking out because the bunny's getting ready to run in the fire, and it's just a wild rabbit. Wow. He grabs it, and like, I mean, and those are the, you know, that's happening over and over again, and it's just awful. It's just awful.
And for the firefighters out there, we appreciate all of your hard work.
Oh, man.
Just going into the face of, you know, terror, just really being the first ones to step up and trying to help people. We appreciate that very much. All right, next in the dish, let's talk music. Billboard lovers to rank singers just weeks after naming Beyonce the top pop star of the 21st century a new list of names are up for the top artists of the century. Let's see. I wonder who it is.
Who could it be?
Who got number 1? Billboard says Taylor Swift earns the title based on her performance on the Hot 100 chart. Coming in second behind Taylor is rapper Drake. Rihanna is third, followed by Post Malone. Eminem rounds out the top 5. Beyonce was number 7.
Okay.
Adele was 12. Lady Gaga, personal insult to me, being all the way down at 16. Me and Bjorn, we're big fans of her. Yeah, all the way down.
Monsters, right?
Yeah,
but,
we are, absolutely.
It's, but I do feel like at least they based this one on numbers. When they did the pop stars, I was so confused by that because, and maybe they did base it on numbers, I don't know, but I thought it was so bizarre that Beyonce would get top pop star over Taylor Swift.
Sure.
But then when I saw this list, I was like, did we already see this? And then I realized it was not just pop, it was star. I don't know. I was like, okay, Billboard's trying to just keep that train running for more clicks. I get it.
This is why I don't pay attention to lists like this. And this is why I haven't watched the Grammys in probably 15 or 20 years, because all these music awards just seem to go to pop stars, and that's it. It's as if pop music is the only music out there. How about we put a little rock and roll back in people's lives? That's what I'd like to see. There's plenty of great rock and roll artists out there.
You should hang out with my mom.
Yeah.
You guys, they don't make it like they used to.
They don't. Man, how can we get Metallica on the show one day? That would be fantastic.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Can we pull that string, Jeff?
Jeff?
Can we get Metallica on the show one day?
I got Lars on.
Oh,
fantastic.
Great. Lars is on speed dial.
I can't wait for that. That's going to be a ratings bonanza when Metallica finally makes it to the Jason show. Jason and Metallica. Can you imagine?
Yes.
What a combo that would be. Unbelievable. Lots more to come here on the Jason Show. We'll be right back right after this.
They got to get pyro on the stage to start going off.
Give me fuel, give me fire.
Give me that which I desire.
That's
I
right.
love it. Okay. What's the logic behind that?
The logic behind me is that it's always like a little bit extra. Like,
have you seen her?
That's true.
I'm very extra, baby. I do too much because you do too little. But tonight you're doing way too much because you know you're getting ready to get banished.
Boom! Thanks to moments like that, The Traitors is one of the breakout reality TV shows of the past few years. That was a scene from the Emmy-winning second season of the show. And starting today, a brand new bunch of traitors and faithfuls will start scheming every week on Peacock. Season 3 of The Traitors premiered overnight. It features all new reality stars living together in a Scottish castle as they try to determine which players are actually plotting against them. The show is hosted by Cumming, who talked about creating his alter ego for the show Wednesday night on The Late Show.
I have many catchphrases. My favourite catchphrase. Do you want to hear it? Please. Stephen, you have received the most votes and are banished from the game. Please come forward to the circle of truth. I actually say that and get paid. It's so nuts.
You've said that you host in a character.
I am a
What is the character? What is the traitor character of Alan Cumming?
He's sort of like, he's like this dandy Scottish laird, and I sort of thought of him as like a Bond villain. Like my dog Lala comes with me because every
Well, you were Bond. You were a Bond.
I was a Bond
You were a
villain.
hacker. Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
I'm invincible, but I didn't have a pet to pat, but now I have Lala. And so if like me, Alan Cumming, I say, hey Stephen, how are you doing? I haven't seen you for a while.
Yeah.
And if I'm Alan Cumming Traitors, I'll be Stephen Colbert. Long is it since our paths crossed. Like that. So that's the difference.
You can watch all the seasons of The Traitors on Peacock. You have not watched the show.
No, even though I endlessly hear how great it is. And I watch endless trash TV, so I don't know what's holding me back, honestly.
I actually stopped watching through the middle of season 1 because I was kind of whatever about it, but I went back for season 2 when I found out my MTV Challenge people were going to be on the show. Watched the entire second season. It's a terrific show. It really is a lot of fun.
Okay.
I would recommend.
As I slowly get to know you, I've learned that a few things. Okay.
Yeah.
You do not like a zipper merge.
No, can't stand it. No.
You stay up late and you video game.
I did. I went to bed at 2 a.m. last night.
You love trash TV.
Yeah, I do, kind of. Yeah, it's true.
And you cannot handle the responsibility of plant care.
No.
Okay.
That's all truth. All truth. See, you'd be great on the show. You'd be a truther on the show on the Traitors.
Fun fact, I'd be a traitor.
Oh, well, see. Well, don't spoil it now.
Okay, sorry.
Don't spoil it now. Alan Cumming, meanwhile, has won several Emmys for the show, but he told Colbert he's not quite sure where they are, actually. Watch.
Oh.
Where do you keep them? Some people put them in closets. Where do you put them?
You know, I have not got my Emmys. I've just realised that.
But it was in September.
I won it in September, and they said they were going to send it because I had to leave early because I had to go back on the plane to Scotland. I was making this film with Brian Cox, and they said to me I wouldn't be able to take them on the plane because they're sharp. They'd be like a new weapon. And then they said they were going to get the little things engraved, and you normally do that when you go to the governor's ball. But I couldn't go because I was going. So I don't have my Emmys. I've not got my Emmys.
Wow. Well, you better find it. I mean, he's terrific on the show. He really ties the whole show together with this persona.
I've only won like one big award in my life, and I got like a thing. And as an adult, I won some things as a kid.
Okay, good.
But it is on like in the TV mantle, like next to the TV, so everyone can look at it every day and remember that I won an award. Yeah.
He's probably got enough of them too, where he's just like, I don't even know where half these things are anymore. I mean, Alan Cumming is so good. I forgot that he was a Bond villain actually back on GoldenEye, which is a terrific movie back in the day.
That's another thing I know about you. You said that today. You're a huge James Bond fan.
I am. Yes.
Okay.
I own all the movies on DVD. If people still own DVD players, I'm sure they would think that was cool.
I don't think
but
they do.
yeah, no, I think they're just sitting there collecting dust.
Nice.
But yeah, huge James Bond fan. All right, sticking with TV, also premiering today is a new medical drama on Max. It stars former ER star Noah Wyle. Check out The Pitt.
150,000 people die every day in the world. Today you got one of them. And we're gonna get more before the shift is over.
Tier 1 trauma now. More morphine. I'm gonna stop the bleeding.
You learn to accept it, find balance.
You found balance?
No, not even close.
Oh. Each episode of the show follows 1 hour of a 15-hour shift in a Pittsburgh emergency room. So far, reviews are mostly positive. I mean, it sounds like a pretty good show.
Well, remember, didn't they say that they were supposed to do some kind of like show like ER, and then that fell through, and then conveniently he was on this show very quickly after, and there was some sketchiness with that. But also it's a Max show, which means it can be even more rated R than like a typical ER. Which
get away with some stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's a cool concept to do it every single hour in a 15-hour shift.
Kind of like 24 back in the day with Kiefer Sutherland. Like Kiefer Sutherland, right? Not Donald. Yeah, Kiefer, I got it right. Thank you very much for that nod.
It also really makes you respect people in the medical field that they do a 15-hour shift.
Oh,
I do a 4-hour radio shift, and I'm like, I'm exhausted.
Yeah, no.
It's exhausting.
We have no room to complain, that's for sure. Here's some reviews. Pace.com says Noah Wyle is sensational in Scrubs. In Scrubs, actual Scrubs, not the TV show Scrubs. Let's make sure we get that right.
Different show.
Yeah, that's a completely different medical show.
Different.
Mashable says medical drama is part ER, part 24, like we're talking about. All compelling. And Rolling Stone says The Pitt isn't ER, but it could be nearly as good. Are you going to give this a shot?
I don't know.
Maybe. Maybe that's the show where you're covered in the blanket and watching underneath while your husband is like, stop watching this. I'm trying to go to sleep.
Absolutely not. No screens in the bedroom. I don't know. I feel like an hour-long TV show, that's a big commitment.
Hour-long? Too much?
It feels like a lot of commitment.
But you were just, hold on. Earlier in the week, you said The Last of Us. You were all over that show. That's an hour, isn't it?
It is, but that's the last show I can remember committing an hour of my life to weekly. I don't know. I would, medical dramas aren't my favorite.
Okay. All right.
I did do Grey's Anatomy back in the day.
Okay.
And then I think that might be the last one.
How many is that show still on too?
It is.
Wow.
It's on its 75th season. Yeah, it's crazy.
This is like the Simpsons of actual live human beings.
Yes.
Grey's Anatomy. I'm impressed. I'm not gonna lie. Next in the dish, in the era of texting, it seems some people are becoming afraid to answer their phone and talk to people. One college is out to change that. Nottingham College in England is now offering glasses for young people. Classes, I should say, not glasses. I can read. Maybe we should have Falen read the prompter after all. Should we do that? People who have telephobia. One career advisor says many people under the age of 27 have anxiety when they have to use their phones to talk. Classes will include telephone role play to help students get over their nervousness about making or taking calls.
Okay, so how does this look? Okay, hold on.
Yeah. Ring, ring, ring.
Hello?
Yeah. Hey, we noticed that you're about 2 months
we're terrible at this. Immediately, you didn't even know how to do a first sentence.
I'm trying to audit you, and I realize I don't have any practice, so I don't really know how that conversation goes. But some people, Jeff was even admitting that he doesn't, whenever he sees certain people who call on his phone, he's like, I'm already getting anxiety.
No, I feel like the only people that call are my dad and my mama and my boss. And like, my dad, I know he's just going to be like, how's the weather? Voicemail. My mama, she's just kidding, Dad, I love you. My mama always answer because she's a sweet, innocent soul.
Sure.
My boss, I immediately answer like, am I fired? Like, what's going on?
I don't know why. I don't have a problem talking on the phone. It's not a big deal.
Oh, I prefer to text.
The only time I get annoyed, I mean, we're all doing something throughout the course of the day, and in the middle of the day, you look at somebody, no matter who it is, you just said, I'm busy.
Yeah, like you should know I'm busy in this exact moment.
Don't you know? Just text me, for God's sake.
Yes.
All right, next in the dish, let's talk food. If you or someone you know loves ranch dressing, wow, this story.
Who doesn't?
There's a new way to get your fix. Jimmy John's is now offering ranch dressing soup.
Oh, sick.
Part of the new Kickin' Ranch offerings, you can get soup-sized container of the sauce described as ideal for slurping, sipping, or dipping. No word how long the ranch soup will be available. It doesn't sound like you're going to try this.
That looks so thick.
Are you a fan of ranch dressing in general, though?
Yeah, douse me in it. I love a ranch dressing situation, but also I don't need to ladle it into my mouth hole. I feel like that's too much.
That's a bridge too far?
I think so. I didn't know it was possible, but I have found it. Yeah, that's the line.
Oh God, can you just someone? No, I'm not doing it.
Okay.
No, just the thought of seeing somebody just ranch dressing is like a soup, Jeff, like just sitting there and you're going like this. No, like.
Can you imagine sitting next to your coworker and they're just heating up a hot bowl of ranch soup and they're just eating it at their cube?
There will be people that try this 100%.
Yes.
Actually, if you do end up being one of the people that try, yes.
Yeah,
send us a photo. Like fast food field. What is it? Fast food field trip?
Yeah.
Yeah. We got. Please send us a photo or video of you eating the ranch and tell us why. Just why.
No, do not send us a video of you eating that. I don't want to see that.
I kind of want to see it. I kind of want to see what you do. It's just weird. It's so weird. I want to see it. All right.
Okay. Well, we know what your thing is.
Now you're learning another thing. Sticking with the food theme, good news for cheese lovers. New research suggests cheese may help you sleep. Researchers found cheese lovers were less likely to get sleep apnea. They believe the nutrients in cheese have a positive impact on metabolic health, reducing the risk. I have to admit, I do have mild sleep apnea. I've been, elbowed and kicked, at times in the middle of the night because I do snore too loud. Maybe that's the solution, more cheese in my life.
Who wrote this study? A mouse out of Wisconsin? Because I find that seems a little ridiculous.
I'm also curious, what kind of cheese actually? Is it cheddar? Is it pepper jack? Is it what kind of cheese would help you sleep better?
Feels like all the cheese.
Yeah,
also, when you say you have slight sleep apnea, I bet if I spoke to your fiance, she would never use the word slight.
Yeah.
She'd probably be like, it's severe.
Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna make it. We haven't even made it to the altar yet. I don't know how we're gonna make it to the end of the marriage with the way I hear.
Quick.
Yeah, I know. May have to get separate bedrooms at this point. Still to come today, we're going live to LA to talk to Dax Holt from the Hollywood Raw podcast. Plus, he's found
right there. Also, one of the coolest things is the trending.
Am I still reading this? That sounded a little loud in my ear. Thank you, though, Jeff. He's the Falen's other work spouse. Colt from the Falen and Colt show is here, and we're putting him to the test. Stay with us.
Yay!
Wow, that was a loud. Yeah, that came in a little loud. Welcome back to the Jason Show, everybody. A secret romance goes public, Golden Globes, after parties, and red carpet secrets. We're covering it all with the host of the Hollywood Raw podcast. Please welcome Dax Holt, everybody. Dax, welcome back to the show.
Well, hello. How are you guys doing today?
We're doing great.
Dax, I'm usually over to the side, so this is our first time together. I'm so excited.
You look good behind the desk, I gotta say.
Thank you. I just took my jacket off because I was sweating so profusely, Dax. It's so hot.
It's a nervous spot to be in.
It was. Sometimes my arm will be in the shot with Dax, so this is a big moment for me.
It's nice seeing more than just the arm.
Thank you so much. Dax, obviously, let's jump right into it because you're in LA, so I don't know, are you okay?
We are good. I live in Orange County, so we are, miles south of where all the destruction is going on. We got lucky this time because there's been times in the past where the flames are literally circling our house. But this time around, we are good. But it is pretty sad watching everything go down up there, and the amount of homes being destroyed, the amount of celebrity homes that are being destroyed as well. Watching everyone post about it is just heartbreaking. I saw, we're good buddies with Spencer Pratt. His home, his home is gone. Melissa Rivers is a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
Her home got burnt down yesterday. So we're just seeing all the names come out. It's awful.
Yeah, it's a really difficult situation. Well, we're thankful that you're doing okay,
Yeah.
though, Dax. Thankfully, it stays that way as well. But for you, Dax, what's coming up on the podcast this week? Tell us, what's the chit-chat going to be like this week on the podcast?
Well, we released a really awesome episode on Wednesday. We had a pretty well-known photographer here in LA. He used to work at TMZ with us. We talked all about the insider information, what it's like to be a photographer in LA, running through the streets. So chatted with him about that. But in the meantime, these photos came out of Hugh Jackman and Sutton Foster, them walking hand in hand through Los Angeles the other day, right? And so they were out. This is the first time confirming their relationship, which previously they were like, let's not talk about it because they had both come off of their, they got divorces basically and got together. So a lot of people were pointing towards, is this relationship the cause of the end of your marriages? And they were like, no. So seeing them out for the first time hand in hand was a big deal. Well, we actually got on the photographer who got the photos of them holding hands.
Okay.
He ended up, his name is Jessel. He's probably one of the most successful camera guys on the planet. Gets photos of all these huge celebrities. You've seen his work all over the magazines, on the blogs, everything. Anyway, we get him to stop by, talk to us about getting these photos and how it happened. He goes, I actually stumbled upon them doing a setup photo shoot for People magazine.
Okay.
So, wow. Yeah, so he airs out the fact that this was a setup photo shoot, which, here's the thing, I don't think is a bad thing. People do setup photo shoots all the time. You want to control the narrative. You want the photos to be the way you want, and you don't want to get hounded by everyone. So I totally understand that. People always think it's weird to hear the setup photo shoots. You don't expect it by huge stars. But at the end of the day, people are trying to, make sure that their career is sculpted and that the narrative around their career is also intact.
When you're an outsider like me and you have no idea, how can you, as just a random person, spot if something is set up or if it's actual real, like a real photo?
That one's going to be hard. I can spot it a lot of the times just because I've looked at so many photos over the years. I mean, I've been doing this for 20 years at this point, and that was my job at TMZ, was to literally look through all the photos. And there'll be something where you just look and you're like, that doesn't feel, something feels off about it. Like it's almost too crisp, too clean.
Like their makeup and hair looks too perfect.
Yeah, or it just doesn't feel like that's a natural photo. That's how I will spot it. I don't know what it is, but I'll be like, that seems like a setup photo shoot, and then come to find out later that it was. And I don't hate on it. It's all good.
Yeah. Another thing, obviously, we're getting into award season. I mean, Nikki Glaser had a huge night at the Golden Globes, her monologue, everything killed. But we also, I think you guys talked about some of the after party chaos that goes on the podcast.
We did. So the first guy that we had on the podcast, Joe, he was there covering all of the pre-parties, the after parties, talking about all the celebs that were going in. There was some big chaotic event where there was someone swatted one of the parties, which means they called the cops, 911, said that there was an issue going on. Maybe there was an armed shooter, and then there was helicopters flying around. So he gets into all of the pre and post Golden Globe parties, the stuff that you don't normally see on the show. It's the after parties and everything. Talks about this after party house that they have next to Chateau that I didn't even know about.
Wow.
So we got into that. So it's really just kind of, if you are interested in insider Hollywood information, that's what we like to give on our podcast.
Sounds awesome to me. Dax, before we get you out of here, we do need to mention that you were in Mexico recently, and I need to hear about this. What is it? Rattlesnake tequila? Is that what it is?
Oh, you saw that.
Tell me about this, please.
Oh, no, pass. Yeah.
I got talked into trying this rattlesnake tequila. We were on one of our excursions down there in Mazatlan. And it looks so gnarly, guys, but it was probably one of the best tasting tequilas I've ever had. It was so smooth. Once you get past the fact that there is a snake corpse laying inside some juice, it was too smooth, like dangerously smooth, that I'm like, I need to get away from this.
Okay, note to self, when you go down to Mexico, try the rattlesnake tequila.
Oh my God.
Is that what it means? Dax, is that what the tequila makes you do? Like, what is this?
I will say, this may have been after the tequila, yes.
Okay, I will not be drinking that then. I do not have that balancing skill or upper body muscle ability there.
I'm impressed. I'm absolutely impressed. Dax, thanks so much. We're glad to hear that you're safe.
Yes.
We'll be listening on the Hollywood Raw podcast for sure. Thanks, Dax. And you can listen to the Hollywood Raw podcast wherever you get your podcasts, and we will be right back. I mean, rattlesnake tequila?
I'm almost positive my dad used, because he's a tequila guy.
Okay.
I think my dad. Let's make it a good day. Welcome back to the Jason Show. This is very exciting for me because usually I'm sitting here and Jason is here, but today it's like I get to bring in my other partner in crime, Colt. Now, when they said I was filling in, they actually asked if Jenny, my podcasting partner, would want to come in. She was unavailable. So then they
Listen, I'm a plan B. It's all good. I understand. I'm just happy to be here.
I said, I think Colt's available. Is it cool if he comes in? And they were like, yeah, okay, that'll do.
Well, I heard they were like, oh, okay, sure, let's try it.
Colt and I do an afternoon show here in the Twin Cities on a radio station called 101.3 KDWB. So welcome to the show, Colt.
Thanks for having me.
Good to have you for sure, yeah.
He was immediately just saying how lovely this studio is.
Oh, so nice.
And the lighting is good. Like Colt and I try to do videos every day, but it's on our iPhone.
Just us.
I think you guys are welcome to come in and use this studio, before you go back to the radio station.
No,
you're not.
No.
I got the no right away.
They have rules.
I overstepped my bounds there for a second. I've been doing the show 4 days, and I don't even know my place.
I always feel bad for Falen because she gets all of this, and then she comes into this tiny studio. It's like in a closet almost, and then it's just I look awful. Jason's always done up in a suit, and I'm there in sweats. I'm like, I'm sorry.
To be fair, you also always say Jason gets the best version of me because then I change after the show into sweats, take my makeup off.
It is true.
Come see you. But I thought it would be fun today because, people may not know. Maybe, Colt, really quickly, why don't you give a 5-second bio on yourself?
Oh, dude,
5 seconds.
Too much.
Yeah.
I don't know. I work with Falen. That's it.
They know
that's all
that.
I do.
I thought you would say you have a wife.
You said this was going to be easy. I just sit here and look at the camera.
I lied.
I have a wife, 2 children, 3 cats, 1 dog. Unless you're my landlord, then I don't have any. I'm not breaking the lease agreement.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
That's the rule. You're the landlord, no pets.
I'm on KDWB, so that's it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I thought we would do 2 truths and a lie today. So we each have prepared basically 3 little factoids about ourselves, but one of which is a lie. And Colt, you're going to kick us off, I believe.
Okay, so I just read my just one at a time?
Yeah, and then Pierre and I are going to poke holes in this and see which one's the lie.
Okay. As a young adult, I held a bake sale for nothing other than raising money for myself to go on vacation to Hawaii.
Okay.
Okay. Story number 2.
Okay.
I performed the worm dance move in the middle of Times Square. And last one, a baby deer named Donnie Boy needed to be nursed back to health, and that's exactly what I did.
Okay.
Was the deer already named Donnie Boy, or did you name the deer Donnie Boy?
I named it after a while, after a few little milk feedings.
Got it.
Okay, Pierre, knowing Colt better than you, I can throw in a couple. I know for a fact the worm story has to be true.
I agree.
We'll be at a party, and he will throw his own voice and go, Colt, do the worm. And he'll be like, oh, no. And then he'll do the worm to show it off. So the odds of that story being true likely.
I'm with you 100% on that one.
The deer story could be true. His dad is a taxidermist.
Okay.
But also, Colt was a very shifty child. And
You don't
having
say.
a bake sale for his own benefit sounds like something he would do.
That's the one that I was suspicious of it as well, because he kind of sort of laughed at the beginning of it. Like, this is so ridiculous. Why would I never make it?
Also, he grew up poor like me in Michigan, so there's no way he had hopes and dreams and thought he could go to Hawaii at any point.
Well, that was the only opportunity I had, is I raised the money by my lonesome.
And there's no way he baked anything.
I'm still going to, I'm going with the bake sale as the lie.
I almost want to go with the deer because that sounds like a name he made up, but his cat's name is like Baby Boy or something. So
Little Boy.
Little Boy,
right.
sorry. So I'll go with you then.
Yeah, we're going to go with the bake sale.
The bake sale's true.
Oh my God.
No way.
And my first customer was like, I'm not going to buy your brownies so you can go to Hawaii. And I was like, all right, whatever.
The worm was the lie?
The truth.
No, the worm was the lie.
Oh, wait, the worm was the lie?
The worm.
Oh, I can't even believe it myself. You can't believe it.
I totally made you just immediately disregard
Yeah,
that.
I did. I was
She
with
led
you.
you down the wrong path.
I was sold 100% too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
We go into mine next.
All
okay,
right.
here we go. My best friend knocked out my bottom teeth with a chain belt.
Oh, what?
I almost made out with Enrique Iglesias.
Okay.
I found out I have a brother I didn't know about on Ancestry.com.
Wow. I think I'm gonna, the Enrique Iglesias story I think is probably true because she works in the entertainment. Isn't it working in the entertainment business? You meet people sometimes, and who knows? You stumble on something. Maybe she almost tripped and fell on Enrique's lips.
Like an accident almost?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I love
That's
the only
my
way she could have
only-
done that is if it was an accident.
Have I tripped and fell on it?
Slipped on a banana peel?
I don't know. You never know what can happen.
Not getting a lot of support around here.
Valid. Now, you did grow up in Indiana. You have a lot of questionable friends. So I feel like your teeth getting knocked out by a chain could possibly be a truth.
Yeah.
Okay. So which is the lie?
I think I'm going to go with the Ancestry.com.
That is correct.
concur.
Ancestry.com is
Yes.
a lie.
Got it.
But because you guys
Wait.
are absolutely turning on me and acting like you don't believe the Enrique.
No, I believe
I
it.
have photographic evidence.
I believe you fell.
Please reference this.
Where
This is
did-
me and Enrique.
Oh!
No. Keep watching. And this is when we almost made out. Hold on, it's coming.
Whoa!
Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't know you had that riz.
I don't.
This is jazzalicious right there.
I said, should we pretend like we're making out for this photo? And he came in like that, and I was actually nervous for a second that we might kiss.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
We did not.
How about that? Enrique Iglesias. We got to get him on the show now.
Yeah, I'm sure. Let me call him up real quick.
We're getting Enrique Iglesias and Metallica on the show eventually. Stick around, more to come. When we come back, we'll do my two truths and a lie. You don't want to miss that on the other side of the break. We're getting Enrique. We're getting Metallica.
Welcome back. We have clappers. Everyone loves these so much when Jeff uses them. With Pierre and my radio co-host, this is Colt. We're doing a little two truths and a lie.
Yeah.
We just did Colt. We did mine. So Pierre, it is your turn.
We're going to get to mine really quick. All right, two truths and a lie. First one, Sophia Bush once gave Pierre her phone number. And Pierre went to an all-boys high school, and I also flew a plane.
Okay. I know for a fact he went to an all-boys high school. He revealed that to me yesterday. So that one's definitely a truth. So now we have
when
to
you say
decide.
a plane, like how big was this thing?
Well, I mean, it could be any type of aviation, machine.
Interesting phrasing. Colt's father-in-law is a pilot.
Okay.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
What do you call the thing they fly in? Where are you sitting?
I'm sitting in the cockpit.
He knew it.
That's the one thing I knew about it. That's like the worst question to prove a pilot ever. Oh my gosh, you couldn't.
Listen,
This is terrible.
I'm trying my best out here, all right?
Okay. Sophia Bush, I don't know, he said, maybe I shouldn't reveal everything you say off the show. I think Sophia Bush feels like you threw that in there to throw us off, but maybe she gave you her number because you were doing a story on her.
You never know.
That feels weird though in sports. But she is part of the female soccer league now in LA. I'm going to say the lie is Sophia Bush. I don't know why.
I'll agree.
That is correct. That is the lie. However, that is a story I stole from one of my best friends. It happened to him. Sophia Bush gave him her number.
Oh.
That did happen. That is a true story, so I stole that from him.
Okay.
I wish I could have it.
I was going to say, well, good for your friend.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, didn't work out for him, but you know, at least he's got that to brag about.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Now that we're into 2025, the year 2000 is now 25 years ago. I can't even believe it myself. And since Falen and Colt work in Top 40 radio, we want to put them to the test with some music moments that all turn 25 this year. It's game time, everybody.
Oh,
let's get right to
this
it.
is your dream come true.
This is my audition now as a game show host. I've been dreaming of this for years. Use your clapper. Okay, you guys got the clappers here.
This is going to make us look so bad if we don't get any of these right.
Wait till I finish the question, too. That is awfully important, all right? Wait till I finish the question.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Just
Question
practicing.
number 1. You ready? Ready?
Yeah. Yep.
Here we go. This group sold 2.4 million copies of their album in just 1 week. That record held for 15 years until Adele beat it in 2015. Was it the Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Blink-182, or Destiny's Child?
Oh, God. Okay. Okay.
I've got Colt. I've got Colt first. I heard it.
I'm going to go with Destiny's Child.
Incorrect, actually.
Okay, so then I know it has to be Backstreet Boys or NSYNC. I'm going Backstreet Boys.
You were so close. You should have gone NSYNC.
Oh! Cool. So we're fired. Yeah.
Their album, No Strings Attached, featured the hit Bye Bye Bye. They were the answer there. I mean, big hit back in the day. But all right, let's move on to question number 2. According to Billboard, this woman had the #1 song of 2000 despite never reaching #1 on the Hot 100. Was it Madonna, Christina Aguilera, Aaliyah, or Faith Hill? Yes, Falen.
I'll go with Christina Aguilera.
That is incorrect. Please, yes.
I'm going to go Aaliyah.
No, that is also
Oh, my God. What? No.
Incorrect. It was.
Oh, watching over me.
There you have it. Breathe by Faith Hill peaked at #2, but still topped the year-end chart. All right, let's see if we can improve as we're going along here in this game.
To be fair, Colt and I were not in radio in the year 2000.
Okay,
if that makes us any better, I don't know.
I think we give them a little bit of a break for that. All right, next question. This British group released an album that became the best-selling album of 2000 and the top album of the decade worldwide. Is it? What is actually? Could you take a guess? Do we have the multiple choice? Yeah, we have. Where are the options here? Where is it, Jeff? I don't say there are no options.
There are no options.
Straight up.
Coming.
Give me the options really quick. The whole thing's falling apart. There it is.
Wait,
Are we going?
I feel like I know what the.
You're, without even the options, Falen, please go ahead.
Right. Could it possibly be the Beatles?
It is the Beatles, actually. Yes. Wow. We didn't
How
even
did
have.
she know it?
It's won by the Beatles, featuring every #1 song they released. It went on to sell 31 million copies. All right, next.
That's one of the few albums I did not illegally download in that era
Thank
either.
goodness.
So,
Oh, yeah. You would have had the FBI kick your door
Yeah.
down for that one. All right, well, last one. Which of these singers won the Grammy for Best New Artist in 2000? Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Macy Gray, or Kid Rock? Yes.
Macy Gray.
No, that is incorrect. Colt.
Okay. Kid Rock would be hilarious.
Yeah, it would.
But it's got to be Christina Aguilera, right?
That is the correct answer. It is Christina Aguilera who beat Britney for the honor. Christina Aguilera. Guys, you did so well. You did so well. Colt, we appreciate you stopping by, man.
Hey, thanks
it's
for
great to
having
have
me.
you. So much fun.
Anything you want to say before you go, Colt? Any parting words?
No, just thanks for having me. Keep it jazzylicious, and yeah, have a great day.
There you have it, everybody. Colt from KDWB. We'll be right back right after this.
I second it.
That was the word. Welcome back. You know, okay, so Colt, he had this rule. He was going to try to work a word into the show today.
Oh, yeah.
And it was jazzylicious.
Well,
so.
he nailed it.
Yeah.
He nailed it. Well, that game was a little tougher than I thought it would be, to be honest.
Well, we made it look tough.
Well,
Surely we did. Absolutely. It was embarrassing.
Jazzylicious word of the day, everybody. Make sure you use that at work when you go to work tomorrow.
Or just don't. Yeah, don't ever use that again. That's, I don't know, guys.
We'll be back with more right after this. Jazzylicious.
I feel like you have to do hands, like jazz hands.
Jazz hands. Welcome back, everybody. topsy-turvy edition of the Jason Show today.
I know. We only have one more day together now.
One more day.
I know.
One more day. Don't worry, Jason's going to be coming back on Monday. Tomorrow on the show, she's a public relations expert breaking down Hollywood's latest scandals. We'll be chatting with Molly McPherson about the Blake Lively Justin Baldoni drama. I've only been reading headlines. I'm not into this as much as you probably know about what's going on.
I did know it for a moment because I read like the New York Times article, then I read some of his stuff, but then I have fallen off. So she'll be the perfect person to kind of recap it, because who has time to read all of that?
Yeah, who has time for that? I mean, seriously. I mean, I have to be honest, I never heard of Justin Baldoni until probably 2 weeks ago.
Well, yeah, that's
Didn't even know
fair.
who he was.
That's fair.
Didn't even know who he was.
No, but she's been on the show before. She's great, so she'll be perfect with that, and I'm excited to hear her take on the whole thing.
So much more about that, and so much more coming up tomorrow on The Jason Show. Final day, like Falen said. Join us tomorrow, Friday, for The Jason Show, everybody.
Have a good day.